ocean's gray waves, destined to seek life beyond the shore, just out of reach.
What is up, YouTube? It's RSMario here, bringing you another Fire Emblem video. Exactly, a Fire Emblem video. So the Fire Emblem Direct was today, and it was awesome. I actually tweeted out that things in this video actually made me more hyped than most of the Switch presentation. I mean, other than just seeing the Switch itself, the presentation did kind of bring me down a bit, but yeah, this Direct was actually pretty awesome. I mean, they covered 4 games, technically 5 games. So they announced that they will be doing a remake, a full-on remake of Final Fantasy, Fire Emblem Gaiden. So Fire Emblem Gaiden was the second Fire Emblem game that came out, and it was radically different, than the other Fire Emblem games. Which, I mean, it's Nintendo. The second game in the franchise, of course, is going to be different. Just look at Super Mario 2. And know that they just do things like that with the second one. But so the second game was way different than the first one. They had dungeons and roaming and towns. So it looks like it's gonna be interesting. I'm definitely gonna check that out. That is coming to the 3DS. So I guess there's something to kind of like keep us, to hold us over until another Fire Emblem game comes out. Then, of course, they announced a brand new Fire Emblem game, a mainline Fire Emblem game, coming to the Switch. So this is the first Fire Emblem game since Radiant Dawn, I think, back on the Wii. So brand new Fire Emblem game coming to the Switch. I was kind of thinking that they were going to do something like that and announce a brand new Fire Emblem game, for the Switch. I figured that they were going to do that, and they probably should have done that at the Switch event. But I guess they didn't want it to look like they had a ton of games that weren't nowhere near ready. They were like so far out, because this game is probably about a year to a year and a half out. Like if it comes out next year, we all know that localization is going to take 5 to 6 months. So we probably won't get it until near 2019. So well, unless they do a worldwide launch, but they've been doing that lately. But then there's also, they announced Fire Emblem Warriors. So this is actually kind of interesting. There's nothing much new to talk about here. It is essentially a Fire Emblem game that is Dynasty Warriors. That's essentially what it is. Dynasty Warriors with Fire Emblem characters. And there's nothing much to say there. I mean, it's going to be awesome. I mean, because essentially, if you play the game, I mean, this is kind of what you're doing anyway, except for you're using strategy and RPG elements. Now you just get to, get Crom and go out there and beat the crap out of stuff. So that's good. Of course, the other thing they talked about was Fire Emblem Heroes. Now, this took up the brunt of the conference, since I think this comes out on the 2nd of February. This actually took up the whole second half of this 20-minute conference, or 20-minute direct, and they talked about, all the various elements of Fire Emblem Heroes, which I want to do a full analysis on in a different video. But I'm going to talk about a few things here. Fire Emblem has become a mainline name for Nintendo now. So after Fire Emblem Awakening, which was kind of the Final Fantasy of Fire Emblems, because if this didn't work, they were probably going to put this to bed, kind of like F-Zero and, Star Fox and Metroid and all those other franchises. They were going to put this one to bed probably because it wasn't going to go anywhere, but Fire Emblem Awakening was awesome. Not only did it save Fire Emblem, but it probably saved the 3DS. Then Fire Emblem Fates comes along, and that was awesome too. So now we have 4 Fire Emblem games on the horizon. One is a remake, one's a cell phone game, one's a Dynasty Warriors game, and a full-on mainline Fire Emblem game coming. So that's gonna be awesome. Just some little details. The Fire Emblem Warriors is going to be a Switch game and a 3DS title, specifically a new 3DS title. So that's interesting. Is that the new 3DS can handle Switch ports, and I figured that was the whole purpose of a new 3DS, was to be able to pick up ports from Wii U, Wii, and possibly, NX at the time. So that is interesting, and that does kind of say something about the Switch's power, that the new 3DS can actually pick up ports from your system. But the new 3DS could also pick up Wii U ports. So I guess that's something you can say about that. But yeah, so this game is coming. So that means that we're having 2 Fire Emblem games coming to the 3DS in the coming year. Because I think Fire Emblem Warriors comes out this year. Then of course there is Fire Emblem Echoes, which is the name of the Gaiden remake. Then of course 2 Fire Emblem games coming to the Switch, and then Fire Emblem Heroes, which is going to be coming to mobile. So that's Fire Emblem Mobile. So that's about it for this. Look out for my analysis video, which probably will be out tomorrow. Check that out. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, folks, keep it real.